Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with the Y. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things. Thank you for all the love and support for people who actually follow, and welcome anybody new. And today is a little different vlog. We are back with a life update.
All right, so today's vlog is all about, it's a life update, and I guess it's also like kind of telling you where we are as a channel and where we are in life, and
I
sharing.
think we kind of will give you a little bit more detail about our lives. We were pretty closed off of telling people what we do and where we at, kind of. So
I guess we
were not as open, I guess, with some of the things.
And that's for different reasons, because like part of it is like,
Security.
Yes, well, yeah, security, and I just felt like, especially the company that I worked for, I didn't want my company to overlap with what we were doing because it's both media. So that's why I kind of kept it separate. But anyway, so I guess in this vlog we're going to be talking about COVID and how COVID has like forced us outside of our comfort zones and how it's changed our life. And not just us, I know that a lot of people out there have lost loved ones and jobs and financial security and all that stuff because of COVID. We just wanted to share our story with y'all and let y'all know that y'all are not alone. Even vloggers suffer through COVID.
This is a reality, and I don't feel like there's anything you should be embarrassed about, because things change and you have to do what you have to do in the best interest of your family. So that's just how it is. Like, we are here to live and survive, and then whatever you have to do, you're doing it.
So for me, prior to COVID, I was a pretty happy and content broadcast engineer. I had been in the field for 20 years. I spent 6 years in the military within that time frame because I was in the National Guard. And I was pretty satisfied with my life overall. And right as COVID started, we bought this house, and then I lost all my gigs. To put a long story short, overnight, COVID happened, and I went from gigging pretty much from Thursday to Sunday to like nothing. And I mean, it was like crickets. And for a while, we thought that it was only going to be 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 3 months maximum.
We were trying to take advantage of those times where he actually had a full weekends off.
20 years of my life, I never had a weekend off. And so yeah, we were, having fun initially, and like everything was cool. And then as it drug on,
we realized that's not gonna end soon.
The novelty wore off really quick, and we were like, oh my God, so like what's really gonna happen here? And I honestly went into like a panic attack and like, I guess, is it anxiety attack? I don't know. I didn't go to the doctor or anything for it, but I literally felt like, like I was under a pressure cooker. Like, what am I going to do with myself and with my life? And like, what are these, like my gigs never come back, which they still haven't. And so I went into panic mode. And I was trying to figure out all these different things that I could do. Like, should I do, auto mechanics? Should I go like deeper into IT? Should I go into cybersecurity? Should I double down?
Trying to change the field. And I want to say just like a little amendment. I mean, yeah, he was happy and content, but at that point, after being at the same company for 20 years and doing the same thing pretty much on an autopilot, I already was saw for the last couple of years where he was considering like, well, should I change the field? Should I do something different? I'm starting getting really bored. And COVID was like, okay, well, now that's not the time to just figure it out. Like, you have to do it. You have kind of pushed yourself. Well, the situation kind of put you in, the reality put you in the situation that you had to make a choice.
So I leveled myself up, did a bunch of certs and stuff like that. Seriously considered re-enlisting in the military, but my wife had no part of that. And I really started working on my resume and pushing myself out there and stuff like that, because contrary to popular belief, vloggers actually do have real jobs sometimes. Yeah, I finally ended up finding another broadcasting job in television and landing on my feet. And it has been a wild and crazy ride. So what we're gonna do is I'm sharing my story, so now Kat will share with y'all her story.
Yeah, my flow was a little different. COVID. So I had I'm in a different field. So the simple way to put it, I'm a financial fraud investigator. Not to scare anybody off.
I know a lot of people on YouTube probably ran off as soon as you said that.
But, you know what I mean? My job was a little bit more stable with everything being digital and stuff like this. I still have a high demand for what I do. But the problem was I wasn't really feeling the company I was with. I was like, okay, something has to change. I love the field, but I wanted something better. So I started considering different fields slightly, kind of go back to my roots, because originally my major is in economy and cybernetics. So I started considering going into cloud services. So I got 2 Azure certs within like 3 months in past summer, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have a 3rd one, and then I'm gonna really push in a different direction. Just kind of by chance at the end of the year, like this stuff start happening more at my job a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm about to start really actively looking. The opportunity came that I wasn't really looking for just yet, and I took it. And within the COVID situation, I actually switched jobs, and I'm very happy. I'm in a much better place, and the company's much better. I'm very excited and I love it. So, and I'm still studying and propelling myself forward. So it's not like I lost my gig, but I did push myself with the certs during the COVID time a lot, and still ended up changing. Career field is the same, but better company, better situation. And we kind of like within this whole situation, we're trying to push vlogging more, but with my new gig, I actually had to step back, and I kind of left Reza alone within the whole vlogging world, because my job was require a lot of time and mental capacity. So by the time I was done with my workday, I was just drained. Plus I'm still studying. So that's kind of my little bit vlog update. Maybe not as exciting as Reza's piece.
Yeah, mine was crazy.
Yeah.
Like mine was, it was the most stressful period that I've ever experienced as an adult. And one thing that I felt like, helped get me through this was listening to my dad and my dad's experience through lives. My dad used to always tell me, oh, son, you need to save your money. You need to save your money, save your money. And I mean, I can tell, if you go look through our videos, you can see I spent a lot of money on cars, but I did also save a lot of money. And I am so thankful every day that I was able, and I was in a place where I was able to save money, because man, it would have been really ugly if your boy hadn't saved some of them pennies, like real ugly. And I talked to a lot of people, who are coming out on the back end of COVID now. And a lot of people had really bad experiences, but I feel like a lot of people are also, I don't know if it's ashamed, or they just want to stunt for social media, for the gram, or they just don't want to, be transparent with people about everything that has happened to them with COVID. But I mean, man, like I never really thought that it would take something like this random virus to take me so far outside of my comfort zone and change our lives so much. So if you've lost anybody through COVID, like massive condolences to you. If you lost, jobs and finances and all that stuff, just grind, get on it. You can get that stuff back. But yeah, you gotta get out here and hustle, because I guess unless you're a scammer, they ain't giving out no free money.
Just, keep your eyes and ears open, always look for opportunities, and don't be afraid sometimes to take risks. Of course you have to be somehow calculated risk. You have to, outweigh pros and cons, but at the same time, I also watched a lot of vlogs and influencers and stuff like that, where people said, I lost my job and I had no choice. I started my business, and now after a year, I'm actually in a better place than I was a year ago. So this is definitely a massive push, not, I think, the push that everybody were anticipated, but it is what it is. It's reality. And if things change, it's fine. As long as our family is good, that's what I care about. That's why I said, if I have to drive Uber or whatever that might be as a second job or a third job, I will, because that's just how I grew up back home, that you do what you have to do to make it work. It doesn't mean that's going to be your end career choice or something you're going to stick with for next 20 years. But it is what it is. We all have to do it. We have to accept the realities here, and just push yourself, Just improve yourself.
So that's us. We are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with a Y. Like, subscribe, comment, and all those things. We just want to give y'all a quick update on life and everything that's happening. Oh, we didn't even talk about vlog scheduling and how we're going to be doing the vlogs with our new jobs and responsibilities.
Just, you have to, I guess, bear with us. We're trying to figure out the new flow, because the working hours different and everything else is kind of changed.
And we're thinking about building a studio inside of our house. So
yeah,
there's also
so we
that.
definitely need a proper dedicated space, because also with the reality, I ended up working fully from home, and even then the office comeback is near, it's not going to be a full-time office. So that means I will always occupy the space that we use for vlogging.
Yes.
And I'm constantly in the meetings, which means Reza cannot use this space at the same time as me. So yeah, we contemplating of actually building out one of the rooms in our house into studio, which we still need regardless.
Yes, because just off camera right there is a desk. So I guess we'll end the vlog there. We are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with Y. Like, subscribe, comment on all that. You guys stay classy, keep your heads up, and if you're going through anything rough, know that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Peace.